Hi everyone, welcome to today's tutorial, and in this video I will be showing you how you can recreate simple gift packaging template. So when it gets folded into a rectangular packaging, and these white rectangles right here will be used for will be blank spaces where you can hold it in place, where you can hold it with your hand. And over here, all these lines that you are seeing, these are the lines where the packaging is supposed to be folded in place so that it becomes into a nice plain bag, and then inside you can put in any items as items of your choice. So it's really simple to do, and let's dive right in. So the first thing that I'll be doing is that I'll be opening up a new document. So I'll be sticking to this A4 size document, which is 210 millimeters in width and 297 millimeters in height. The orientation is going to be portrait, and I will also give a name to my document, which is gift packaging template, and I'll click on create. Okay, so this document right here is going to be the front side of the gift of the packaging, which is this one right here. So I'll first create the template, and I'll be using this as a reference. So over here in this layers 1 panel, this opens up by default as soon as you open up a new document. So I'll be renaming layer 1 to be template. And okay, and also I'll be making sure that my smart guides has been switched on, because these smart guides will be helping me a lot to make my template. So in order to check that, I'll be going over here to this views panel, and right here you can see that the smart guides has been activated. Okay, so now I'll be using the rectangle tool first, and over here I'll drag, and I'll just make one rectangle like this. And as you can see that the smart guides automatically detects the center portion of my document, so it becomes easier for me to make a rectangle which is exactly the half of my original document, like that. So now I'll be using the selection tool and just making this even smaller so that it comes to the center of the rectangle that I just made, like this. The smart guides automatically detect that, and I'm just going to drag this rectangle onto the side like this. So I'm going to make another copy out of the same rectangle. So I'll select this, click on all to make a copy, and drag my mouse like that. So once I've made that, I'll click on Ctrl+D so that it automatically repeats the action, and it makes another copy right over here. We've got these three rectangles, so I'm going to just copy 2 more rectangles onto the other side so it looks like this. So I'll select these 2, click on all, and make a copy right here. And now I have to make the back side of my template. So I'll be using the rectangle tool again, click on my document, and over here I'll be giving the dimensions of my rectangle. So it's going to be the same size of the rectangle is going to be the same size of that of my front side as well. So the width is going to be 210 millimeters, and the height will remain the same, it is 297 millimeters, and I click on OK. And I'm just going to drag this rectangle onto the side like that. So you've got this, and now I have to make these smaller rectangles and squares over here at the bottom first. So I'll zoom out by clicking on Ctrl and minus on my keyboard, and I'll come back here to this rectangle tool, and first I'm going to make a rectangle like this on the bottom side like that. And I'm going to make 2 more copies, which is going to be placed one top over here and at the bottom right here. So while my rectangle is still selected, I click on Alt and I'm just going to place one over here at the top. Click on Alt again and bring it down so that it aligns like that. We've got this. I'm going to use the rectangle tool again and I'm going to make one square like this. Select this and I'm going to make a copy of the square by clicking on Alt and dragging it over here. So we've got this. I'll select these two, click on Alt and make a copy right here. I'll select this, click on Alt and make a copy over here as well. So we've got the basic graph template now. So I'm just going to make few more changes. So like adding these lines where all the folds are going to be. So to do that, I'll be using this line segment tool and I do not require the fill, I just need the stroke. So I'll come over here precisely and click on Shift so that I can make a straight line going across like that. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side as well by clicking on Shift and make a straight line like that. We've got this, and now for these folds, this time I'll be using the pen tool, and again I'll make sure that the fill is not there. I do not require the fill and the stroke remains black. So I'm just going to make one intersection like this and one line going like that. I'll click on Escape to get rid of the pen tool, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side as well, like this, and click on Alt to get rid of the pen tool. And now I'm going to make smaller triangle over here for the folds. So again, like this, like this. So I've got this. So what I can do is that I'll select these, click on Alt, and now actually I'm not going to click on Alt because the dimension over here is a tad bit different. So I'll be using the pen tool again and repeat the process that I had done like this. Click on Escape to get rid of the pen tool and make another one right here. Click on Escape to get rid of the pen tool and make smaller triangles like that. I've got this. Now let's see. And now there's another fold line over here as well. So again I'll be using the pen tool and make a line like that and click on Escape. So to make these lines, you can either use the pen tool that I have just used, or you can also use the line tool as well. So whichever one that you are most comfortable with, you can use. So now I'm just going to make changes on this flap as well. So in order to do that, I'll be using the direct selection tool. I'll select the anchor point of this rectangle, click on Shift, and by using the arrow keys, I'll get it inside once, twice, thrice, like that. So again I'll show you on the other anchor point as well. So I'll just select this anchor point and notice that the anchor point that we selected gets highlighted into blue. So I click on Shift and I'll use the left arrow key now. So by holding on to Shift, you click on the left arrow key once, twice, thrice, like that. Okay, so we've got this, and now the only thing that we have to do is to make the handles, where I have to make the handles over here and here. So this time the fill is going to remain white, and I'm just gonna make one rectangle like this. I'll click on all and I'm gonna make a copy right here. So we've got this, and now I can go ahead and also add colors to my GIF of this template. Now you're free to use any color you want, or if you want you can stick to the same orange color as well, but I'll be doing it a little differently in this one. So I'll select this and I'll add a gradient now. So I'll select this gradient panel. So over here in this gradient slider you can see that by default that the color is white to black. We can change that. So I'll double click on the white one and I'll select orange, and in the black one I'll select blue, or probably I'll stick to purple. Yep. And I'm just going to change the angle like that. Okay, so we've got this, and I can go ahead and add the same gradient on the others as well. I'll just select all these and click on the gradient option over here, and yeah, so the angle is just the way I wanted it to be, and like that. What I'm going to do is that I'll select these outer flaps, and I'm going to change the color to the same orange like over here. I'll select this upper flap and wait. And I'm just going to deselect them again. Just make sure that you're selecting just the rectangles and the squares that you had made, and to orange. I'll select this. I'm going to change it to purple, or this one. Yeah. So now I'll select this. I'm going to just selecting this rectangle. I'll click on all, and I'm just going to bring it right about here so that the gradient gets copied like that. I'm just going to select all of them again, and I'm going to increase the stroke weight to 5 points. That is easier for you to see, and you will have a fair idea where all the folds have to be made. So now that we've got our template, I'll go ahead and also lock my layer, so that if I add any other graphic to this, or if I have to add any icons to this, I do not accidentally move any of my template around. I'm just going to go ahead and create a new layer, and in layer 2 I'll rename this to icon. And it's going to add one simple icon, which is a recyclable icon. This recycle icon right here. I had already saved this image, and you can always find such images up on Google and save whichever icon you find it's much more convenient for you. So I'm just going to crop this a little because I do not require the excess white space. That, and apply. I'm just going to drag this image onto my original document that I was making, and I'm just going to resize this like this. So to resize it, you have to click on Shift plus Alt, and then you can resize it however smaller or bigger you want your template to be. Then I've got this. I'm just going to blend this icon with the background so that it looks like that it's being printed onto the template. I'll select this, and temporarily I'm going to unlock my template layer. I'll come over here to this transparency panel, and in the blending mode I'll select multiply. Once you do that, notice that the white background gets blended with the background like this. And I'm going to go back and lock my template layer as well. So there you go. We have successfully made our gift packaging template. So now I'm just going to go ahead and also save my file. So in order to do that, I'll be going to File and clicking on Save As. So by default, my file name is going to be Gift Packaging Template, which was the name of my document as well. And my Save As type is going to be Adobe Illustrator, right here. So I highly recommend that we save a file in this format so that in case if I want to make any further changes, I can easily access my AI file. And I'll click on Save and click on OK. And there you go. We have now successfully saved our gift packaging template. So I hope you found this video to be useful, and with a little practice you can also make different kinds of packaging, and you can also go ahead, play around with the colors, and if you want, you can even add more icons or graphic in your gift packaging template as well. So thank you for watching and stay tuned for more.